Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, today we are going on an absolutely mind-bending journey looking into quantum time loops and the science of intuition. We're going to start all the way down in the tiny, invisible, vibrating world of quantum physics, and then we'll pull infinitely outward to explain something you probably experience every single day. We're looking at some truly fascinating research today that connects the absolute cutting edge of quantum mechanics with the everyday mysteries of human intuition.
Okay, let's dive into this. What if, and just hear me out, what if your gut feelings are actually messages from the future? I know, it sounds like pure science fiction, but the framework we're analyzing today poses this exact premise. It suggests that brand new, highly complex scientific theories regarding time travel might actually be the literal explanation for those sudden intuitions and sixth senses we all feel from time to time.
Now, to wrap our heads around this, we really need to draw a stark contrast between Hollywood time travel and quantum time travel. This isn't about jumping into a glowing doorway, firing up a DeLorean, or watching your physical body slowly disappear from a family photograph because you bumped into your grandfather. No, the science here is strictly about transferring pure, microscopic information backward through time while keeping your actual physical timeline completely intact. Let's walk through this really emotional analogy the source uses to explain how this actually works. Imagine a dad sitting alone in his study. He knows that tomorrow his daughter is going to make a really dangerous choice, and he desperately wants to help her. So, step one, he prepares a warning today in his future. Step two, that message slips backward through a hidden fold in the universe. Step three, yesterday, his daughter feels a sudden hunch, just a feeling, and she avoids the danger. And step four, the timeline remains safely intact. She stays safe, and he still goes on to sit in his study and send that exact warning.
And this brilliantly illustrates the dynamic at play here. Think of the movie Interstellar. It is just the perfect way to make this concept click. Remember that incredible scene where the father reaches through the multi-dimensional folds of a bookcase to manipulate the ticking second hand of his daughter's watch? He's sending her a crucial message from the future. She hesitates, she figures it out, and she changes course. That's the essence of what is being proposed here. It's just operating on a microscopic, invisible scale.
So the actual scientific term for this phenomenon is a closed loop in time. Instead of viewing time as this straight, rigid railroad track that only marches forward, picture it more like a flexible ribbon. Under the exact right conditions, this ribbon of time can twist and loop back, allowing cause and effect to gently circle back on themselves. It's almost like a cosmic roller coaster that perfectly loops without tearing the fabric of reality apart. Now, you might be wondering, what are the actual mechanics behind this? Well, the research points to some seriously mind-bending elements. This phenomenon operates strictly at the tiniest, invisible scales of the universe. It involves photons and quantum particles interacting within these incredibly complex mathematical loops. Essentially, this blends Einstein's foundational ideas about massive gravity bending time with the extremely strange, totally counterintuitive rules that govern the microscopic quantum world. But wait, if information is slipping backward, why doesn't everything just descend into total chaos? Well, researchers believe the universe only permits time loops that logically make sense. They literally must resolve consistently. This means there's no broken timelines or weird paradoxes where parents suddenly vanish into thin air. The universe enforces consistency, resulting in exactly one single neat tale. The past and the future mathematically agree with one another. Okay, here's where we take a massive, fascinating conceptual leap. Imagine zooming way, way out from those microscopic quantum folds. We're leaving the photons and the heavy math behind and pulling right out into the vastness of everyday human experience. We're transitioning from strict quantum mechanics to a deeply philosophical interpretation of what this microscopic science might actually mean for all of us as we go about our daily lives. I just love the language used to describe this. It is so incredibly sensory. As the source beautifully puts it, it's not a loud shout, it's not a post-it note, it's a whisper of information that slips backward through the twist of space-time. The argument being made is that this backwards traveling quantum information wouldn't hit your brain as a clear voice or some vivid cinematic vision. Instead, it lands as a physical sensation, a sudden, quiet feeling right in your chest telling you to just pause. So how does this actually show up in everyday life? We're talking about incredibly common human experiences here. Your gut instincts, that inexplicable sixth sense, inner voice promptings. It's that sudden, split-second hesitation before you step into a dangerous crosswalk, or an unexplained urge to call a loved one right at the exact moment they needed to hear from you. Some people warmly refer to these as God winks. A future sender can cut right through the noise of your present because they share a special bond with you. They already know exactly how you're going to react to that subtle little nudge. Now, it's really important we contrast this with how traditional science looks at intuition. Normally, intuition is explained simply as your subconscious mind rapidly processing environmental clues and past experiences way faster than your conscious brain can even register. But this new interpretation, it suggests these aren't just subconscious internal calculations, they are actual, literal nudges of information woven into the physical fabric of the universe, sent backward in time. Building off that, the source actually places this into a distinctly religious framing, pointing toward a cosmic grand design. The deeply held view here is that if the universe has such a beautifully unifying theory, a grand design where literal loops protect us and warnings travel as feelings, then God must be the ultimate scientist orchestrating a kinder cosmos. It's an absolutely fascinating merge of complex quantum theories of time directly with the concept of a divine architect.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this deeply poetic viewpoint. What if these promptings are all part of the cosmos itself, sending little love notes from ahead? It's just a thoroughly fascinating way to frame the whole shebang. Our minds, deep down in their hidden layers, might actually act as receivers. They could be catching prayers, warnings, or vital course corrections sent back from a wiser future version of ourselves, or maybe from the caring connections of our family. Continuing our infinite zoom all the way out to the cosmic galaxy level, there is a personal application of this theory that pushes the boundaries even further. The source suggests a really unique experiment, actively praying for loved ones' decisions that were made yesterday. Now, while the author fully acknowledges this diverges entirely from strict photon science, which of course does not involve prayer at all, they are using this fundamental concept of backward flowing information to reimagine the sheer reach of human intention across time itself. So this leaves us with a really provocative final thought to chew on. How many promptings have you felt lately, and is there any chance they were course corrections from someone in the future? Whether you view human intuition through the lens of subconscious processing, the bizarre looping rules of quantum physics, or a divine grand design, take a moment to ponder your own sudden moments of clarity. The next time you feel that sudden pull to change direction, you might just wonder, is that a whisper slipping backward through time? Keep wondering, keep learning, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.